Hello everybody, it's Julian James and me and my afro are back for the Julian James Show for another exciting week. I have so much to say. So the title of this video is called Loving and Letting Go. That's just the energy that I'm at right now. I don't like to talk too much about my personal life. I kind of did it vaguely in my video at the top of the year when I kind of came back to YouTube and was really like giving like a hey, this is what's been going on. But I figured I'll just go ahead and talk about it because I can. So I was in a situation for a really long time, a little under, like just under 4 years. And I have just, when I made the video in January or February, a big part of why my life derailed so hard was because I was so in it. Like, I can't even say I was 100% in it. I was like 175% in it. And so when the situation just ended so abruptly, I was in a tailspin. I was really just out here. I didn't know which way was up. I did not know my ass from a hole in the ground. It was really just, it was a bad time physically, like it felt bad, but emotionally it was hard. And then also just, it was like literally hard. Like it was in a very literal sense, just a very difficult day-to-day process. And I finally did get to a place where I was up out of that. I was faking it till you make it. I was like faking myself out of it. Like, well girl, if I just believe hard enough and if I say this and I actually do the work, then eventually I'll get out of it. Which to a degree is true, but it wasn't authentic. I even got to a point where, after that video came out, time went on, I was dating. But even in the dating, it's like it was so disingenuous because at any given moment I was like, oh, my man gonna call. And it's not even like that's a bad thing. But the reason I'm calling this video Loving and Letting Go is because we can't love anybody until we love ourselves. Because that's how a lot of people live their life. A lot of people, they have kids and a husband and a wife or I guess I should say kids and a spouse, but they don't love themselves. You can't love that. I don't have children, so I can't speak on that part of it, but you can't love your partner if you don't love yourself. And a lot of us are just with people because of what they can do for us or how they make us feel or where they can get us in life or, what they can keep us from in life, and they don't really take the time to actually love themselves. And that's so important. Like, that's so much more important than I think we as a global society, but as an American society, give it credit for. The majority of couples that you see that are married, I'll tell you what the biggest wake-up call for me was, and I'm not even trying to be funny because I love Will Smith as an actor and I love Jada Pinkett Smith as an actor. But the biggest wake-up call for me was when them two grown niggas fist bump talking about bad marriage for life. Cause I was sure finna be, in my 50s, married for the sake of staying married, talking about bad marriage for life. And it's like, I would actually rather spend the rest of my life single. Like, much rather. So and I'm saying this, the reason I'm calling it Loving and Letting Go is because I don't want anyone to feel like it is okay to move on with your life. Because there is absolutely nothing wrong with being with someone, being in love with someone. There's nothing wrong with that love turning, I don't want to say violent, because if it turns violent, then bitch run. But there's nothing wrong with that love turning sour. Realistically, what happened is you were one way when you got with that person, and the other person was one way when they got with you, and as time moved on or as situations changed, the dynamic just became something different. Maybe the situation just changed. There's no reason you can't come together in any way, shape, or form. I'm not saying, ain't nobody saying get back. Ain't nobody saying that. But I am saying, if you can't pick up the phone and call your ex, one of y'all is still in love with the other. And you can't move on with your life until you handle that. You cannot truly and earnestly move forward with your life until you let it go. Because what I've learned, I'm very young, but what I've learned is that when a situation sours, it's because somebody did something that the other person really did not like or really was not okay with, and that person never said anything or felt like they couldn't. Because when I say didn't say anything, I don't want it to feel like this is your fault. I'm saying for whatever reason, you just didn't say it. That seems to be the theme of when relationships take that turn. It's because at some point somebody felt something, someone did something, someone said something, someone didn't say something, someone didn't do something, and the resentment turned to anger, turned to bitterness, turned to, whatever. It could be anything. We're humans. We have complex emotions and we feel 75 emotions in 1 minute. But you have to let it go. You think it's not going to spill over into your finances, into your health, into your diet, into your work rapport, into your outfits, into your, like anything. When you don't handle it, it's gonna manifest somewhere else. And I spoke on that when I did first come back to YouTube at the top of the year. Because when you ignore the problem in here, and then I'm not saying follow your heart, I'm saying inside. I mean, follow your heart. But like, if you're ignoring the problem in here, it's only gonna become the world you live in. I'm not saying forgive them, because honey, I love a grudge, but you gotta let it go. Because you will look up and you've been dismissed your life. And that's why I want to call it loving and letting go. This is very short, it's very brief. That's really all I wanted to say. Be with it and let it go. I'll be back for another exciting week. I don't know when. I ain't got no social media. I'm offline right now, so you can't follow me nowhere. I'm gonna ask my friends to promote this video. It ain't like y'all gonna watch it anyway. But I have a lot to say. I've been cooped up in the house, child. I've been the only one taking quarantine seriously, and me and my afro are very, very tired. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in a week.